Hi friends, in the previous lectures we have studied the hill ranges of the peninsula. Now we already know what is the peninsular plateau made up of. The peninsular plateau is made up of we can say the peninsular plateau is made up of hill ranges and the plateau as well as central highlands. If you remember, I have told you about the peninsular plateau that it consists of hills and the central highlands. We have studied the hills. Let us revise what are the hills. This is Aravalis, this is Vindhyas, these are the Satpuras, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, and the both Western and Eastern Ghats meet at the Western Ghat region. In which mountain? In the Nilgiri mountains. Now let us study the next topic, that is the plateaus of the peninsula. And these plateaus of the peninsula are known as the different plateau. That is, some of the important plateaus are the Malwa plateau region here. This plateau region is the Malwa plateau region. This plateau region here is the Bundelkhand and the Bagelkhand region. The northern part is the Bundelkhand region and the southern part is the Bagelkhand region. So you have Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand region. This plateau here is this plateau to the northeast is the Chota Nagpur plateau region. This plateau here to the northeast is the Chota Nagpur plateau region. This plateau here is known as a Meghalaya plateau so here you have a Meghalaya plateau. While the central part, the biggest part of the peninsular India in this region is the Deccan Plateau. This entire part which I am shading is the Deccan Plateau. Out of this Deccan Plateau, the central part, the part here is known as the Deccan Lava Plateau or the Maharashtra Plateau, which also sometimes is in the Kathiawar region of Gujarat. This part here is the Karnataka Plateau. This part here is the Karnataka Plateau, while this part here is the Telangana and the Rayalaseema region, the newly formed state of Telangana. So it is the Telangana region and the Rayalaseema. This part is the Maharashtra Plateau or the Deccan Lava Plateau. Because it majorly lies in the state of Maharashtra, it is known as a Maharashtra Plateau, while this part here is known as the Karnataka Plateau. It is known as an Karnataka Plateau. So these are the major regions of the peninsular plateau. So this entire part, right from the shaded region of the Aravalis, then the Bundelkhand, Bagelkhand, then the Chota Nagpur Plateau, and then this entire triangular part is what is known as a Deccan Plateau, is known as the Peninsular Plateau region. No doubt the Peninsular Plateau consists of the hills which we have studied and some of the plateaus. If you remember the previous lecture, I had told the Peninsular Plateau is divided into the highlands and the Deccan Plateau. So what are these highlands? Malwa Plateau region, Bagelkhand region, Bundelkhand region, Chota Nagpur Plateau region. This part of the central India are known as the central highlands. These are the parts of the plateau, but in the central India, therefore they are known as the highlands. While this part, the triangular part which I have drawn by marking it, which I am again shading it blue, this entire peninsular part which consists of the Deccan Lava Plateau, Karnataka Plateau and the Telangana Plateau, this entire part is what is known as an Deccan Plateau. Now, not all the peninsular plateau is important from the exam point of view. You will have to remember some of the specific regions, and little bit detail we'll study the Maharashtra Plateau, that is the Deccan Lava Plateau, or the Karnataka Plateau and the Meghalaya Plateau region. But before we study in detail, let us understand some of the important parts of the other plateaus, that is the Malwa Plateau region. So this Malwa Plateau is to the north of the Vindhyas. They lie to the north of the Vindhyas. For the examination point of view, remember the Malwa Plateau region. Now, what will be this plateau region made up of? This entire plateau region will be made up of very old granite and gneiss, very old metamorphic rocks, that is gneiss and schist. This entire plateau region is made up of extremely old rock, and therefore we had discussed in the introduction class of the peninsular plateau itself that this area is known as a shield or craton or a very stable block of the earth, because this is one of the oldest block in the world. So the Malwa Plateau, take Bundelkhand, take Bagelkhand, take Chota Nagpur Plateau, take Karnataka Plateau, take the Telangana Plateau. This all is made up of metamorphic rock known as gneiss and schist. Which is the plateau I have missed? I have missed the blue color part, that is the Deccan Plateau. Why have I missed that? Because even though if originally the Deccan Plateau may have been made up of gneiss and schist, but what happened later on? वहाँ पे volcanic eruption occurred. This entire part जहाँ पे volcanic eruption occurred, and today that part is now covered with basalt rock. So the entire peninsular plateau, except the Deccan Lava Plateau, except the Maharashtra Plateau, is covered by the volcanic rock. Some of the points you note down. What are these points important from the examination point of view? You note down that the Malwa Plateau, what you have to remember, it is drained by Chambal River. Is drained by Chambal River. If you remember, Chambal River region is famous for what? If you remember the names of the famous dacoits associated with the Chambal Ghati region, this area is famous for a topography which is known as a badland topography. Now, what is this badland topography? If this is an area, suppose if this is a rock structure, now this area, the soil in this area is so loose that the river, when it is flowing, it has eroded this region to form very deep depressions or very deep eroded topography. Such an area is known as an badland topography, and such deep depressions or the deep areas of erosion are known as gullies or ravines. So it is drained by Chambal River, which has deeply eroded this region. To form ravines and gullies. Or in the simple terms, you remember that the Malwa Plateau is famous for ravine and gully erosion. It is famous for ravine and gully erosion. The Malwa Plateau is famous for the ravine and the gully erosion. Now, after this, come to the next region, that is the Bundelkhand-Bagelkhand region. The Bundelkhand and the Bagelkhand region. Now, this Bundelkhand region, the topmost part, which I am again shading, this part is the Bundelkhand region. This part is the Bundelkhand region. As such, the area is not important from the exam point of view, but they may come in the current affairs, because there is a continuous demand for the separate state comprising of some districts of UP and some districts of Madhya Pradesh, because this Bundelkhand region, as it is a rain shadow region, as it is highly drought prone region, therefore it is one of the most backward regions. And see, because anywhere in India, see, related to your polity lectures, Generally, the demand for a separate statehood is from the backward regions. Why? They have it can be pursued backwardness, it can be social backwardness, it can be economic backwardness, or the people may perceive themselves as backwardness. And what they do feel, the people feel that because the state is very large, these people are getting the stepmotherly treatment, be it the Bundelkhand region, be it Vidarbha region of Maharashtra, therefore the separate Vidarbha state is being demanded, or be it the Telangana region. It is not my forte, it is not my lecture, it is not in my syllabus, I will leave it somewhere else, but I am just giving you a relation. When you will be writing the mains examination, just try to relate the demand of the small states, demand for the separate statehood, and the backwardness of the area. It always stems from the backwardness of the area. So the Bundelkhand region is one of the backward region, and again it is a highly eroded region which is drained by the Bundelkhand region. The Bundelkhand region. Now, if you look at the Bundelkhand region, politically, the Bundelkhand region is made up of the districts, some districts of MP, Madhya Pradesh, and some districts of UP, that is Uttar Pradesh. It is made up of a combination of some districts lie in MP, some districts lie in UP. You do not have to go into detail which districts are there. But you remember which are the important streams? Rivers such as Petwa, Ken, Dhasan flow through this region. Now, are these rivers these rivers which are flowing, that is river Betwa, river Ken, the river Dhasan, they cut down this river, forming deep gorges, and therefore this river again is highly eroded region. It is a highly eroded region, not good for agriculture. Remember, whenever there will be drought in India, whenever there will be less rainfall in India, you will be reading in the newspapers about the Bundelkhand region and its drought. So it is a drought prone region, Bundelkhand region. It is a drought prone region, and it is highly eroded topography, not a fertile region, not a rich region. So there is a backwardness in the Bundelkhand region. Now come to this region yahan pe. This region which lies to the northeastern part of the peninsular plateau. I am saying northeastern part of the peninsula. This is a northeastern extension of a peninsula. You understanding the difference? Extension of a peninsula is Meghalaya plateau. The entire peninsula ka northeastern part is the Chota Nagpur plateau region. So this region is the Chota Nagpur and the Hazaribagh plateau region. Now, which is the Chota Nagpur and Hazaribagh plateau region? This region which is lying here is the Chota Nagpur Hazaribagh plateau region. After the Chota Nagpur Hazaribagh plateau region, you have hill here which we have already done, is known as the Rajmahal Hills. And then we have an extension of the peninsular plateau, that is the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hill system. We have an extension of the peninsular plateau, and therefore we say that this hill is the Garo hills, this is the Khasi hills, this hill is the Jaintia hills, and therefore we say that the peninsular plateau, that is the Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills, are separated by Rajmahal Garo gap. Why? Because one name from Rajmahal here, the other name comes from the Garo Hills region. That is the Shillong Plateau or the Meghalaya Plateau is separated from the mainland peninsula by Rajmahal Garo Gap. What is this Rajmahal Garo Gap? It is the area jahan pe river Ganga flows in this region. So, but first we will study the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Now the Chota Nagpur Plateau region lies south of the river Ganga system. If this is jahan se river Ganga is flowing, And one of the bigger tributary of river Ganga is river Son, which originates very near to the source of Narmada. This is the region, to the south of this is the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Now the Chota Nagpur Plateau region is drained by one of the bigger river, that is the river Damodar. Why is the Chota Nagpur Plateau region? Note down, Chota Nagpur Plateau is very important, and therefore note down, it is known as a Chota Nagpur, and a part of a Chota Nagpur Plateau, an extension of a Chota Nagpur Plateau, that is the Hazaribagh region. Chota Nagpur Plateau and the Hazaribagh region. The Chota Nagpur Plateau, it is drained by which river? It is drained by a Damodar river. River Damodar flows through a fault in this region. Again, if you remember your faulting lecture of geomorphology, India I have given you 3 rivers which flow through the fault. Narmada, fault between Vindhyas and Satpuras; Tapi, which flows through a fault south of the Satpuras; and the river Damodar, which flows through a fault in this region. Try to interrelate. Use this lecture even for the revision. So the river Damodar flows through a fault. Keep it in your mind that river Damodar flows through a fault, river Narmada flows through a fault, river Tapi flows through a fault. See, this geography is a very vast subject. And to get 100% marks in any examination in geography, you'll have to study in detail. And you can see this from the course which has been, with the course of the geography itself has been too long. So even if you come to my physical classes, the course is long enough. It is one of the bigger sections of the GS series. After around history and geography consume lot of time. But what is the good thing about these subjects? They are extremely static subjects. The input-output ratio in geography, history is somewhat better as compared to the other subjects. Input-output ratio means jitni aap mehnat le rahe ho, the amount of hard work you are putting, and what benefit you are getting in the examination. It is good in geography. Yes, I understand that it is very vast, but it is very good. The only thing you require is an interrelation. I can complete the geography very soon also, but then it will be cheating you and cheating myself, because then the questions won't come in the examination. If you see, the questions are somewhat deeper in the examination. So the Chota Nagpur Hazaribagh Plateau region, river Damodar flows through a fault in this region. So which river drains the Chota Nagpur Plateau? Mainly it is the Damodar river. Now why is this Chota Nagpur Hazaribagh Plateau region important? Now this is one of the most mineral rich region in the India. It is one of the most important mineral rich region in India. That means it is one of the richest region in India in the terms of mineral deposits. So it is a mineral rich region of India. It is one of the mineral rich region of India. Now what kind of a mineral rich region of India it is? In the Damodar river region, in this region of river Damodar, jahan pe river Damodar flows, you get coal deposits. So we have Gondwana coal deposits in the river Damodar region. We have coal. The Hazaribagh Plateau region. It has one of the largest deposits of mica in the world. And obviously, when in the world of winds, obviously it has one of the richest deposits of mica in India. So the Hazaribagh Plateau region is famous for mica. Even this region is famous for iron and steel, or iron ore. So you are getting coal, power resource, you are getting iron ore, it is a raw material, and therefore this region is famous for iron and steel industries are located here in the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. So the Chota Nagpur Plateau is lies on which part of the peninsular India? One question. It is on the northeastern part of the peninsular India. It is which region of India is famous for mineral deposits? Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Which region of India is famous for mica deposits? Hazaribagh Plateau region. Which region of India is famous for iron ore? You have the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Okay, so these are the questions of the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. So we have done the Malwa, Bundelkhand, Bagelkhand, Chota Nagpur Plateau region. I have not done the Bagelkhand region because as such you are not supposed to know that region in detail. Now let me clean the board because we are coming to an important part of the plateau of India, that is the Deccan Plateau region. So what we have studied? We have studied the Malwa Plateau, we have studied the Bundelkhand and the Bagelkhand region. Obviously the Bundelkhand is to the top, and we have studied the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Also I have told you where is the Rajmahal Hills located. Rajmahal Hills are located here. They do not form the part of an Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now look at this triangular part, that is this triangular part which lies here. Let me use the red color pen to show this triangular part. This triangular part which lies to the south of the Satpuras, or we can say the triangular part jiska northern boundary is the Satpura mountains. The triangular part jiska western boundary is the Western Ghats of India, and the triangular part jiska eastern boundary is the Eastern Ghats of India. This entire triangular part, which I am clearing the board so that you can understand, this entire triangular part is known as a This entire triangular block is known as a Deccan Plateau region. So this entire part is a Deccan Plateau region. So the Deccan Plateau region is the important part for your question, for your syllabus. What is this Deccan Plateau region? Now from the size itself you can see, if we take it as a one unit, the Deccan Plateau is one of the largest physiographic regions of India individually. This is one of the largest physiographic regions of India. Obviously the largest region of the Peninsular Plateau is the Deccan Plateau region. So they form the largest regions of the India is the Deccan Plateau. It is, so you can remember, it is the largest unit of the peninsular India. It is the largest unit of the peninsular India. And what are its boundary? What is its shape? It is roughly triangular in shape. It is roughly triangular in shape. And it is roughly triangular in shape, which is bordered by, you can take down to by the Satpuras in the north, Western Ghats in the west, and the Eastern Ghats in the east. Now, as I always tell you, along with my lecture series, while doing the Indian geography, keep your atlas along with you, and thus you can have a basic idea of the peninsular plateau depending on whatever the atlas you are having, whether it is this or this. Just open the brief page of the first page of India, that is the physiographic region of India. And this part over here, the roughly triangular part, is known as a Deccan Plateau region. The southern part to the south of the Vindhyas is the Deccan Plateau region. Or the part here to the south of the Vindhyas is the Vindhyas and the Satpuras is the Deccan Plateau region. So can you see the Deccan Plateau region? Just have an idea and you will see there are numerous hills in the Deccan Plateau region. So it is roughly triangular in shape. And how is the slope of a Deccan Plateau? It is having an average elevation. It is having an average elevation of 600 meters. So that means it is having an average elevation of 600 meters. It is 600 meters above the sea level. But the general slope is from the western direction towards the eastern direction. The average elevation is 600 meters, but if we try to locate the slope of the Deccan Plateau, the slope will be, the higher elevation is found in the western part, while the lower elevation is found in the eastern part. So the western part is very high, around 1000 meters, while the eastern part is at a lesser height of around 500 meter or 500 meters. That is the general direction of a slope of the peninsular plateau is from west to east. Therefore, the major rivers of the peninsular plateau, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, how do they flow? They flow from west to east. So, the Krishna flows from west to east. Kaveri flows from west to east. So, the general direction, the average elevation is of 600 meters, while the slope is from west to east. Slope is from the west to east, and this is indicated by the flow of the major rivers of the peninsula, or we can say the Deccan Plateau slopes from west to east. How do we know this? Or if the question comes in the examination, why river Godavari, why river Krishna, why river Kaveri flows from west to east and not from east to west? Why? Because the peninsular plateau is sloping from west to east. Therefore, the rivers flow from west to east. This is indicated. Now the peninsular plateau, the Deccan Plateau is further divided into three types. It is further divided into three types. That is the Maharashtra Plateau, second is the Karnataka Plateau, and third is the Telangana Plateau or the Telangana Rayalaseema region, or it is known as an Telangana Plateau. That means it is further divided into the three types. That is the Maharashtra Plateau. This part which I am shading black is the Maharashtra Plateau region. This part is the Karnataka Plateau region, which I am marking by dots. While the blue part here is the Telangana region. Now you know the newly formed state is also the Telangana state, and as you can see, the shape of the Telangana state is also somewhat like this. The only thing missing is the Rayalaseema location. Rayalaseema is politically a part of Andhra Pradesh, but geologically it is a part of a Telangana. While ये जो बीच में का region is there, this region which I have not shaded, this region which lies to the south of the Chota Nagpur Plateau region, and between the Chota Nagpur Plateau and the Maharashtra Plateau, or between the Telangana region, is the Chhattisgarh Plain region, or it is the Chhattisgarh region, a Naxal infected belt, a Bastar region. Which region? This is the Bastar region, marking you by the red dots. Again, not very important from the exam point of view, but what is important from the exam point of view is the Maharashtra Plateau region, the Karnataka Plateau region, and the third is the Telangana Plateau region. So the Deccan Plateau is further divided into three types. Now let us study the three types. Maharashtra Plateau, Telangana plateau and the Karnataka plateau. Why are we dividing this into the three types? Because they are different geologically. How they are different geologically? What happened in the Maharashtra plateau region some years back in the Cretaceous period? In the Cretaceous period, there was a sudden volcanic eruption, and while India was passing over a hotspot known as a reunion hotspot, when India was passing over a reunion hotspot, this part of India came under the influence of volcano, and यहाँ पे there was large amount of volcanic eruption, and this volcanic eruption on the western part of India is now known as the Maharashtra plateau or the Deccan lava plateau or the Deccan lava plateau or the Deccan lava plateau. Let us study this in detail. So are you understanding? We are studying the subparts of the Deccan plateau. Deccan plateau is this triangular plateau. Peninsular plateau is this entire plateau. While uska biggest part is the Deccan plateau. And the Deccan plateau is further divided into Maharashtra plateau, Karnataka plateau and the Telangana plateau. So the Maharashtra plateau or the Deccan lava plateau. It lies in the northern part of a Deccan plateau. Now why it is a separate unit? Because this is covered by which? It is covered by what? It is covered by, we are doing this first area, it is covered by volcanic eruption. Now I am asking you, what kind of a volcanic eruption? Basaltic or granitic? Remember your geology lecture. We have done one of the largest basaltic plateaus or volcanic plateaus in the world. A plateau means a flat area having steep sides. Basalt lava or the basaltic lava is hottest of all lava. If you remember geology, it has greater speed and less viscosity. Viscosity means it is not thick. Viscosity means thickness. Now basalt is having less viscosity, means it is fluid, and because it is fluid, it flows for a larger distance before getting solidified. On other hand, granitic lava is very viscous, means thick, and therefore the granitic lava cannot flow for a larger distance before getting solidified. So when the granitic lava erupts, it flows, solidifies, resulting into formation of a mountains. Granitic lava will result into formation of a mountains. Basaltic lava will result into formation of a plateau. So Deccan is a mountain or a plateau? It is plateau. That means this is a region which is covered by lava. But which lava? Is covered by basaltic lava. It's covered by basaltic lava. Why? You know that it is because the India during the Cretaceous period passed over a reunion hotspot, resulting into formation of a lava flow in this region. Now interestingly, if you see, the Deccan lava plateau is also known as Deccan traps. Now what is the important feature? If you look at the Deccan lava plateau, from the western side, if this is the western side and if this is the eastern side, the Deccan lava plateau looks like a mountain from the western side. We call them as an Deccan traps. But from the eastern side, the horizontal lava flow has given it a staircase-like aspect. So if you look from the western coast, maybe from Mumbai, you will look as if you are standing around a tall mountain. But if you look from, now these are the major cities यहाँ पे. Pune is located maybe here. The Nagar districts or Aurangabad, I will take a major city of again Maharashtra, is located here. Nagpur is located here. So if you are looking and if you are having a superhuman vision, you can see they look like a staircase. Obviously, we do not have a superhuman vision. So as a result of this, the Deccan lava plateau horizontally have flowed in different layers and they have a staircase-like aspect. And therefore, the Deccan lava plateau is known as a Deccan traps. They are known as Deccan traps. They are known as a Deccan traps. Why traps? Because traps in Swedish language means staircase. Means staircase. So, from the deck, they are known as Deccan traps because from eastern side, they have landing stair or they look like a staircase. They look like a staircase. As I told you, traps means staircase in Swedish language. What is the third important thing here? This is a region jahan pe one of the biggest river of the peninsular India, which is the second biggest river of India. Which is the second biggest river in India? Which is the biggest? Ganga. Ganga ke baad Brahmaputra, Indus or Godavari? I am asking you only in India, not outside India. The second biggest river in India is Godavari. Brahmaputra, yes, it is bigger than Godavari, but Brahmaputra is not restricted only to India. It flows through China, India, then Bangladesh. Similarly, Indus is not restricted to India. It flows through China, originates through China, then enters India, then enters Pakistan. In fact, Indus River lies majorly in the Pakistan region. So therefore, the second largest river of India is the Godavari. So the Maharashtra plateau is drained by Godavari, Krishna, Bhima. These are the major rivers. Bhima is a tributary of river Krishna. So यहाँ पे the major rivers are Godavari and Krishna. Kaveri है नहीं. क्यों? Because Kaveri originates in the Karnataka plateau and goes to Tamil Nadu region. Penneru है नहीं. Penneru is a river in the eastern coast of India. So यहाँ पे the major rivers are Godavari and Krishna, and one of the bigger tributaries of Krishna, that is the river Bhima. So the Krishna Bhima you can consider as one system. What is the speciality of this region? The speciality of this region is that in this region, because it was covered by basalt, today the soil is, obviously the basalts have been eroded and basalt rock has been eroded and they have made, on the top layer they have become soft, and therefore this region is covered by black soil. This region is covered by black soil. By black soil. Black soil is a soil which is of a volcanic origin of a basaltic origin. This is of a volcanic origin, that is, jab basalt erosion hota, then only you will get a black soil. So it is covered by the black soil. Why the color of a soil is black? Wait for the soils lecture. The color of a soil is black because of the presence of iron. As of today, you know this, that it is due to the presence of iron. But why due to iron? We will do that in the next lecture. It is covered by black soil. Now this black soil, what are the important features, etc. We will do that while doing the soils. But remember, this black soil is famous for, it is an extremely fertile soil, and especially it is famous for cotton cultivation. So as a result, this is also known as an black cotton soil. This is also known as an black cotton soil. Also known as a black cotton soil. So this is a region which is covered by black cotton soil. in this region, which is famous for, actually black soil, which is famous for cotton cultivation. So this first part is known as an Maharashtra plateau or the Deccan plateau. Now let us come to the second part here, that is the Karnataka plateau region. That is the Karnataka plateau region. Second part here, that is the Karnataka plateau region. Now if I take this out and if I place it here, the Karnataka plateau region, for example, if this is the only area we are studying, we can divide this Karnataka plateau region into two parts. And if I try to look at, this is the top view, the Karnataka plateau region will look like this. One area I am shading here, while the other area I am leaving blank here. If this is the top view and if I take a side view, the Karnataka plateau region will look somewhat like this. That is, the shaded area is a mountainous region. The shaded area is the mountainous region, while the unshaded area is an flat region. The unshaded area is a flat region. Unshaded area is a flat region. Now, this shaded region is known as Malnad. That is, this area is a Malnad region. And the unshaded area, which is an extremely flat area, is known as Maidan. As you can see, the Maidan itself is meaning a flat land, a flat Maidan. In many languages, Maidan means a flat land. So, we have Malnad and we have Maidan region. So, what is the first point of the Karnataka plateau region? The first point in the Karnataka plateau region that it is divided into Malnad and Maidan, in which the Malnad means the hilly region. Malnad is an hilly region. While Maidan is a flat region. Is a flat region. Now, where does the Malnad and where does the Maidan lie? Again, if I divide this, it is somewhat like this, that this is the Malnad region and this here is a Maidan region. No doubt, the Malnad region lies in the western part. So, this is a region which gets first southwest monsoon winds, and because this region gets southwest monsoon winds, it receives heavy rainfall. Therefore, Malnad receives very heavy rainfall, and if area is receiving a very heavy rainfall, will it be densely forested or will it be sparsely forested? Obviously, it will be densely forested. So, remember, the Malnad is densely forested. Malnad is densely forested. The Malnad is densely forested, while the Maidan is not that densely forested. Now, what about the rocks of this? What will be this rock, Karnataka plateau region ka? If you remember the geology, where in India is the oldest rock, in which state it is found? In the Karnataka. Which was that rock? Archean rock. So, it is one of the oldest rock. This region, this entire Malnad Maidan region is made up of Archean rocks. That means they are one of the oldest rocks. And which are these oldest rocks? Generally gneiss and schist. So these are made of Archean rocks, which are one of the oldest rocks. that is the gneiss and schist. Now, there is some of the points are important about the Malnad region, not that important about the Maidan region. In the Malnad region, Maulangiri mountains are the highest hills. Mount Maulangiri, in the Baba Budan hills. In the Chikmagalur district. In the Chikmagalur district is the highest point. Is the highest point. Is the highest point in this region. Mount Maulangiri in Baba Budan Hills in the Chikmagalur district is the highest point of the Karnataka Plateau region. Now that means the Baba Budan Hills are in the Karnataka Plateau region where Mount Maulangiri is the highest hills. Now two interesting facts about the Chikmagalur district and Baba Budan. Baba Budan was a saint who came to India, and when he came to India, he brought coffee plants along with him. And as a result, today the Chikmagalur district of Karnataka is famous for coffee plantations. So the Chikmagalur district of Karnataka, this Chikmagalur district of Karnataka, I will write it up. It's famous for coffee plantations. Next time if you see Cafe Coffee Day, next time if you see CC Day, keep in mind Chikmagalur district, remember coffee and Baba Budan Hills. So the Baba Budan Hills or the Chikmagalur district is famous for coffee plantations. And the second thing what is famous here is the Kudremukh mountains. Kudremukh mountains or the Kudremukh hills, or these are the one of the richest iron ore deposits in India. So the Kudremukh is famous for iron ore deposit. It is one of the richest iron ore deposits in India. So this is a region jahan pe you will find one of the richest iron ore deposits in India. Now in this Kudremukh mountains, the iron ore is so rich that most of the iron ore is exported to Japan. So the Baba Budan Hills, Chikmagalur district, you remember Cafe Coffee Day, coffee, and the Chikmagalur, and also remember the Kudremukh Iron Ore Mining Company, that is one of the richest iron ore mining centers in India. Now what about the rivers which flow through this region? There are some of the rivers which flow through this region. The two important rivers in the Karnataka Plateau region are river Tungabhadra and river Kaveri. In fact, remember, river Kaveri originates in the Karnataka Plateau region and then it enters the Tamil Nadu plains making an waterfall. So I will stop here and we will meet in what is remaining is the Telangana and the Meghalaya Plateau region. Before that, I will discuss it in the next lecture. Find out whether there is a national park in this region of Malnad or not. That I will leave it to you. We'll meet again. Thank you very much.